You're live.
All right, happy Sunday to everyone out there. God bless you, each one of you. Got Pauletta is in the house here, and we have an audience as well that's going to remain quiet, maybe. So it's great to have everyone here. Pauletta's back from pilgrimage, um, and she wanted to be on the show and tell about her experience of what's going on with her. And so we're going to have that experience today is listen to Pauletta. Whatever's on your mind, jump in. It's been great to have, some guests on the show here that stop by. It's wonderful to have everyone that stops by. Uh, Last week we had Jay. So this is great. And congratulations to everyone that made the pilgrimage. I know you're like, what did Michael has a great saying about this. He does. He does. It's like, oh yeah, oh Jack, John, that guy, slap, hug, slap, or slap, hug. That's what he wants to do. It's like, what the, like, because all the truth messes with you. Such a shift in your life. I was like, but the same with pilgrimage. You go over there, you're like, you get back, you're like, I made it, you know. And you're trying to process it, and no way you have yet because you're barely here. You're not even in the right time zone. You're like, what time is it? And then you got daylight savings time. It's like, I really don't know what time it is. So, we got, yeah, yeah. Oh, Pamela's in the house somewhere. That's so great. That's so great. Thank you, Pam. You're so sweet with your prayers. You are. And watching over your sister, you too. Frank is here. Greetings, Shaq and Pauletta. Praise Jesus Christ, Jay Baba. It's so sweet. Alan, all right. Alan's got the prayers too. Happy day. God bless John Pauletta and all joining. Jamie Baba, praise Jesus Christ. Careful with the prayers. Once you find out the truth and accept it, you're like, okay, so say the right things and do the right things. Yikes. I love it. And George is here. I'm glad you popped in, George. I'm really glad you're here. Hi, Paulette and John. Wonderful to see you both. It is. Boy, that link you sent today was really on target. I watched that short YouTube thing of that guy. Anyway, that's kind of the conversation I want to have today. Is try and keep us on track on the timeline. Where are we? What are the notes they're playing right now? What's going on? I sort of like feel like the guy on the side of the stage doing like hand signs and explaining what's going on during the play, like special signs and symbols to the humans in the audience. I'm speaking. The rest of them, they don't need to be spoken to. They get it. All right, Pauletta, you're
Okay.
back from pilgrimage.
Yes.
What were you thinking before you went, and how did that work out? You know what I mean? Because you have I want to get this done. I'm going for this reason, and how did that go? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so my main goal was to see God, Jesus Christ, when I got over there, and I thought that was my goal, to do that, to experience that. I did not have anything when I went to Samadhi. Personally, I did not. But when I went to the Trust Center and I was in, and you can say the name.
Upasni Maharaj.
Yes, that's the name. And so when I went in there, that's where I just felt like I wanted to cry. There was just that emotional feeling, and it was just like there's something in here that was gravitating towards me, and I just felt very close to God, and it was just like I just wanted to cry. And I teared up a couple times. We had a very nice lady who was giving us the tour, for the Trust Center, and she just had all kinds of stories to tell. But there was just that connection in the pictures. There was a beautiful picture of Jesus Christ in there. And I'm going to say it was probably a 20 by 24. So it was a big one. And I can't remember what the writing was on the bottom, but it was something to the effect, if I remember correctly, about if you welcome me into your home, then you're home, or something to that. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but, and Mayor Baba, and just all, it was just, I just felt spiritual in there. I didn't see any faces. I didn't.
Wait a second. Okay. You just said you saw there's an image of Jesus Christ in there. But it did, and you had that point. Like,
but it was a big picture, and there were all these pictures up.
That's what you saw.
But and it just resonated, and I just kept looking at it.
I don't remember a picture of Jesus. I've been in that room. Alan and I have been in a room. I've been in that room a couple times. Yeah. I know what you're talking about in that room. But I don't remember a picture of Jesus Christ.
It's like 20 by 24, and it was huge.
I hear you. And what I'm saying is you did see the image of God literally, and you had the feeling of what God feels like. So
it was very emotional.
Yeah, no one's going to, it hits you in the heart.
Yeah.
Your heart is awakened by God, and everyone has an individual experience where they have it, when they have it. Mayor Baba says something like, you come to me one at a time. Yeah. No, there's no, even with twins, there is no joint experience of that. It's individual, letting, because our individualized consciousness is meeting with God, and it's not being wiped out. That's the event. And so we do that individually, as we have to know that God loves us to take the time and have our individual experience. And yet you took a pilgrimage, did what you heard God told you to do, went, and you did see the face of Jesus Christ, not the way you were expecting. It never is. Yeah. It just never is. And then you felt God. Like, I'm really happy for you. Yeah. I am. It's the only goal that there is, and it's so individualized. It's kind of hard to unravel even after, because you're still sort of having this experience that doesn't go away in a way, like it doesn't, everything else in your life, like next day it's like, I'm hungry for breakfast again. You don't even remember what you ate yesterday, whatever. But not this, it's like, what happened? Like, wait, what the, that is always fresh.
Yes.
And it forms the foundation of, like, for me, my reality at that point.
Yeah. And I ended up going back. So they went to, on Monday, they went to the caves, and I said, you know what, I've been there, done that. I'm going to stay back. And I went back to the Trust Center again. And I just felt like there was a connection there. And so whether fortunately, unfortunately, I still felt the connection, but one of the ladies was like, I have to clean. And I'm like, okay, so this is going to take 20, 30 minutes for me to clean. And I'm like, she goes, we clean every day. And I'm thinking, well, how dirty does it get? But she cleaned, and I sat in there and did a lot of praying, and just kept, my focus was, there's two pictures, the one of Jesus Christ, and then there's another one of Mayor Baba. And it's a younger version of him. And that's the one that looks just like someone who else was on our pilgrimage.
Martin.
Yeah, Martin. And it was just so bizarre, because it's like, you just look at that, and it was more Jesus Christ, where I felt, it was just like, I just wanted to cry.
Yeah.
And, but I didn't stay super long, probably 15 minutes, and walked around and looked at the pictures again, and, touched a few things. But it was still spiritual. And then I went to Samadhi, and thinking that would, follow through. And I'll be honest, I just didn't get anything out of it. I mean, I even told God, it was like, okay, I'm here. I've done this. I've given flowers. I've surrendered. I've written my name. I've done all the things. And now it's in your court. So.
Yeah. And no matter what our plan is.
Yeah.
God usurps it
Yes.
and then gives us what we need, our
Yeah.
own individual experience that's
Yeah.
different from your sister's, different from my experience,
Yeah.
different from you can't wait mine. Who is he? I don't even
Yeah.
know who this Upasi. I can't even say the name.
No, I
You know what I
can't.
mean? Like you're like, wait, what did you what are you up to, Ian?
Yeah.
But no, it was an image of Jesus Christ in
Yeah.
there. And it's funny, we have to live our life
Mhm.
after this, and all you want to do is relive that experience,
Yeah.
not your life. You don't want to live your life. You want to relive that. You went right back to the same place. I
Yeah.
don't care about you. I had got there. I'm going back there. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Mhm.
Of course, I want to go back to Samadhi myself because that's where I saw God.
Yeah.
But other people aren't destined to even travel to India
Right.
at all. And but they serve me, they serve God, they accept the truth. So this is a hack that works if you focus, do how you did, go there, and you did have your own individual
Mhm.
experience with God.
Yeah.
uh the only thing that happens when that happens is you want more. There's no
Yeah.
way, you never want less. You're like, oh, I met with God. And it's like, yeah, but it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I didn't meet with God today. So I'm going over there to meet with God. It is so hard because our experience is so brief with God
It
relative to the
is.
rest of our life is incredible. And how can that experience that we have individually form the basis of our reality, our foundation of reality from then forward? It is such a difficult, unexplainable phenomenon, honestly. And then we have to bear that cross
Mhm.
and be like, well, no, I guess that was my meeting with God, and I'm going to meet with you again. I know
Yeah.
when. So the truth helps us make it from now to then. It's
Mhm.
so hard. It's so hard being here and not being there with God. That it like you meet with God, you're like, okay, so another day here. Wait, but did I win? Wait a second, and then we get put back in the body, and then you're like, well, what now? That's everyone, like, what now? But you do hear from God on the what now on an
Mhm.
ongoing basis. It's sort of like, I think it like God plugs you into this God switchboard fully. You're like, okay, it's plugged in. You're gonna have to get used to using this switchboard here. Get used to
Yeah.
this, okay? And those people that those very so incredibly few people that meet with God that get dropped back into body here after the experience. Oh, hey, wait, what? They have work to do for God, and the rest of them haven't earned that experience that is so brief. You're like, or what? Like, even me, it was a longer experience, but it wasn't a long experience. It wasn't like, oh, I was with God on holiday for 3 months or whatever. No, no, what? No. So it's incredibly. You're kind of drawn to other people that have had that
Mhm.
experience, so that you can oh, you understand what I went through. Because no, you have to earn that. That's the goal of life, to earn that experience. That's the measurement. Oh, I'm going to win this game if I just keep it up. So I think so many people who have been on pilgrimage, been with me for a while, have met with God in their own way, or are destined to very soon. So I'm speaking now to a bunch of people who have to go. What do I do now? Like,
Mhm.
wait, I won, but I'm here. And this is what I was talking to Pam about last night. Pauletta and anyone sitting here who been on this pilgrimage probably has a lot to say still. But I this forgive and forget idea, like George shot me a video. It's like, hey, hey, they're not human here, they're and gave quotes and stuff like that. This guy had a short video. He didn't say how to handle them, what's going on, nothing like that. But like, hey, it's not all humans here, got to that. So it's like you realize some people are meeting with God and some people aren't. That's for sure. Because you meet with God and you others haven't. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because you do it and you're like, they didn't do it. You could tell night and day, right? So those people who've been with God, okay, they're with God. That's a fact. And you did. And if you interact with someone else, you honestly could quickly know if they have or not, too. You know whether they have or not because you can bring up anything they're interested in or not. But you can also, if you haven't made it to the seventh plane, they can read your mind. If you have made it to the seventh plane, they can't read your mind. So there are only so many slots for the seventh plane available. There's a lot of the sixth plane. Anyone can reach the seventh plane numbers wise. Like a large crowd could do it on Judgment Day, but that's not possible before that. You could only get to the seventh plane so many. There are only so many slots so there. Not that a lot of people want to. Not, they don't. But so what do you do then becomes the experience. So let me just break it down very simply. People are like, well, what do I do? What do I do? You're still yourself. You're still going to live your life. What do you do is you interact with whomever you interact with appropriately, meaning you know who they are in the game and can demonstrate it to them. They're testing and checking you. You know who they are, and you can wait. If you're before the seventh plane, they're reading your mind. You act accordingly. You're on the seventh plane, whatever. The point is, you know who they are in the game for sure, and you act like it too. It's not like because they're not waking up. You did, and they're testing your level of awakeness. Do you actually know who they are and what everything is in the game and they're going to be back? Have you really taken it in or are you treating them like that? Because listen, think about yourself. Could you play a character for your whole lifetime and not be yourself? You're not going to be you. No, you're going to be given a character and a house and an act. You're going to play this character and you're going to be whoever, and you're going to have a son and a daughter. You're going to have this house. We'll take care of your bills. And this is who you're going to be. Could you do that your whole life? What? No. You can't. You're not created that way. You're created differently, meaning in the beginning of the time loop, you're different than they are. And that's what George was bringing up in this clip. We are different. Everyone fell under the dome. Fallen angels, who's who? Who's not a fallen angel? What? Really. See, it's more like a spectrum of who's on it and where you are on that whole entire spectrum. You could say, oh, yeah, they're not human or whatever. But honestly, Bear Baba says it completely different. Like a tree is a human, a fish is a human, a rock is a human. Everything is a precursor of becoming a human, Hugh being one of the names of God. So human means one with God, like he views it in a whole nother way. He is writing everything is of God. So you could say, oh, you're a precursor of mine. I've seen God. You have to one day. You have the completely wrong thoughts in your mind. And the other point is you understand they can't win the game not in this lifetime. They're not programmed to do it. They have a character, they have a role to play, and included in that character role to play is they're not waking up to see God. Why? They didn't get their memory wiped. You can't wake up unless you're asleep. Have your memory wiped. So you have to be in the game and forgive everyone and God for placing you here. You forgive, right? Okay, once you meet with God, you're like, oh my, what? Wait, you're playing characters? Wait, I can't even take that in. So you forgive him because it's like way past anything. You're like, yeah, you're forgiven. What, you played a game? You made this all happen for me. Then you forget you are going to get a memory wipe. You see what I'm saying? You're going to play the game if you could forgive them because that's who they are or whatever. Then you get your memory wipe. Then you play the game. You're one of the 7,000. And if you keep forgiving and keep understanding and getting far along, you're going to keep getting your memory wiped until you win the game. Memory wipe is the superpower you have. You can't play the game and win it unless you get your memory wiped. So that's the power we have. Is something taken away from you. They can't win. So if you know who has their memory wiped, right, you would maybe spend time talking with them about the trust, about the truth, because they got to wake up. But to somebody that's already playing a character and awake and can't win the game, why are you going to tell them about the truth and everything? They absolutely know. So the test is, do you know who's who? And are you interacting with them because you know? And it's like, I can't tell who's who. Why is someone who's not one of them going to be around you? It's going to be so rare. What? So you sort of start treating everyone like that, on the spectrum. Like, oh, you're because who's set around us? Super knowledgeable characters that are like, I got this, I'm not gonna crack, don't worry, you know what I mean? And absolute beginners, you know what I mean? Who you can't turn. You can't turn. Just nothing on the radar there, you know what I mean? So it becomes a test of our time and energy and where we spend it. And if we do it appropriately, we can turn someone, you know? And the perfect masters can turn one. Remember, Mayor Obama saying you get one. Nia can turn the world. They say, well, meaning eventually I'm going to turn all y'all. I never leave. So I am going to turn the world at one point. But the rules are the same, very few every time, So that's the test where it's like, the composite plane, you go through the gross plane, the subtle plane, the mental plane. Oh, wow. Wait, what's this composite plane? Oh, you met with God. Now come back here and treat everybody, who's who? Do you really? Then what are you saying to me? You have compassion for them? They were here. They played their character. They did their whole role. They drove around in their car. They were at their house. They did all these things so you could win the game here at Disney World. Do you really have the correct level of compassion for them? And Z? Really, really, do you? Because that's the head of the crew over there. So are you treating them that way? Or are you pissed at them still? Are you see what I'm saying? So let me read what people are saying here. I wanted to get that point across to you because I know you went on pilgrimage, some of y'all. I know you're wrestling with this, and it becomes how you deal with the individuals around you in the ever present now. Who's in front of me right now? Okay, hi, how are you? Thanks for I won. Thanks. However, don't say what I'm going to say. Don't say, you know, I'm gonna pray for your feathers and wings. Just treat them how you're gonna treat them. Maybe silent. Maybe they're gonna say something to you. But whatever they say is going to be a test. It's not gonna be nothing. It's gonna sound like nothing, but it's gonna be deep. And it's going to be a test of you. Nothing's gonna be flippant. It's gonna sound flippant. And you're gonna realize later, wasn't. 2 hours later, a day later, a week later, but can you get it in the moment? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you know who you're dealing with right then? Can you always be in the present and know who everyone is? You can. You can. You do it by practice. They have tattoos. A lot of them will help you, They're here to help you, test you, but help you. That's helping you, testing you. So you could wait it out for a second or wait till they say something or gesture or do something. You don't have to be charging in there with the truth the way, of course, that was my immediate reaction too. Before I knew who's who, what's what, I was like, hey, oh my God, you know? But they're like, yes, thank you, sir. Okay, yeah, off, yeah, okay. He ain't got me. He's nowhere. All right, gotta keep running around over there. So you see, we're telling them where we are. Okay. Sorry, that took me a while to get out. I wanted it's hard to get this stuff directly to you so that then your actions are those. Anyway, let me read this. Okay. Blah. It feels like back to 1974, George, right? Yeah. Jason, good to have you here. Hello, everybody. Reese, good to have you back. I have a picture on my phone of the Jesus Christ image in that room. Great. Can I share it with you somehow?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Uh yeah, share with Mike. Oh, and he can share it. But oh, that's good. Use a image of God to get you the key to unlock special groups of connections. Oh, okay. I see where this is going. Go, man. Morning. All right, J Mama. Oh, where's all the questions and everything, man? Where are you? Yeah, that's good you went on pilgrimage, man. I'm so happy for you. I really am. You're like, why are there pictures of me on the wall? You're dead ringer for that guy when he's young. It's so funny. It's so funny. But no, you're a very steady guy, and what an interesting guy to get you all the way over there with this group. Good for you, man. Pamela's back. Sounds like you did see God, even though in a picture you saw God and felt it. That's it. And this thing is very individualized. It doesn't. It's just not what they get to do, and we get to have it in our own way. And we cherish what we have so much. We're like, I'll be back next. I'll be back. I'll see you tomorrow. No, I'm not. Those are my friends. I'm not with them. I'm gonna the caves my ass. I'll see you later. No, goodbye. Yeah. You've been like, yeah, my sister's going to the caves. So she can come now. No, it's so. All you want to do is repeat the process. Hey, you and me. It's tomorrow. Get over here. God, we did it. Remember yesterday? Come on. Hey, hi. I'm right here again. What are you doing? That's all we want is to do it again. And God gets us, he's the thief of hearts, Spirit Mama. Is what he's like. I see your heart, then you're mine, and then you will be working for me. Waiting till I show up again and I get this information. Hey, it's not forever. There's a cutoff date allowing us, our hearts, our feeble hearts, to get there. Oh my God, where's God? I'll be here. So it's a temporary situation, thankfully, but the situation with God then becomes permanent. Pamela, it's God's choice how to see him. It's so not our choice. It's when you get there, and then you have some time to process it, then and it's a very simple thing. It's so funny. George, one of the hardest things in this journey is to acknowledge and accept the dream crusher, and then how to figure out how to serve without error. It is, and it's by staying in the ever present now and accepting that it becomes the other team's blessing to interact with us. It's our blessing that we play the game and get advanced spiritually. Wow, that's our blessing. And then we get to bless them back by living the life. Sahaj Samadhi, living in the one, abiding in the one. You have met with God, so they haven't. It's funny. They think that they haven't had their memory wiped. Stay with me. They remember the game. Yes, they remember the game. They remember the game. They're here in the game. They know everything. No memory wipe. But wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Where did you come from? Right? You came from God. They did have their memory wipe. You see what I'm saying? They did. They don't remember being with God. They don't. Of course, everyone starts off with God, and then gets put into reality everywhere. We're in the cycle coming back to God. Their memory has been wiped. It has. And then they got a story about Satan did this and that, and you're in a time loop. That's a paradox that is you can't really sort out fully, even though, but their memory has been wiped. And it's like, just accept that and come through the game and come forward. But there are different levels of this, you see? Like, of course, your memory had to be wiped. They can't remember being with God because, wait, winning the game is remembering you were with God. You see? They know they can't remember when they said no to God. By the way, you can't say no to God. You haven't met with God. Obviously, if you think you can say no to God. Have you ever met with God? No, you can't say no. What? You're weeping, you're crying like, "I just met with God." Yeah, whatever you say goes, period, forever. What was I thinking? I don't even remember, thankfully. Uh, no, you see, so everyone has had their memory wiped in a certain way. Now you're in a specific game, and we're a specific memory wipe. Do you remember the game? You see? You can't remember God. Okay, we both have our memory wiped that way. Can't remember God. But you need to. You're driven by that force to meet with God. And they are somehow driven by the force to play their character so you can meet with God. And so that is such a totally different way to live life that you can see that in the other person. Come on, you can. The look of somebody driven to God and nothing else is on their mind, or the look of someone playing a character. They're night and day, they're not the same. You're looking into their heart with your heart. Would you be doing what they're doing today if you knew what date it was and you were here today? If you were in Nokomis, Florida today, where would you be? Yeah, you'd be in this house right
Yeah.
here at this time. And they're not. And they know exactly who I am. What? Come on. Who is here? Don't you know your role yet? You have to act accordingly. You have to operate from who you are. And it's you smashed your ego on the way here, and your ego's like, wait a second, I'm special. You just told me I wasn't special, and then I met with God, and now I'm special again. And your ego's like trying to get back in the game, and you're like, no, sorry, you're not in the game at all. You were out. And then now you're forced to recombine yourself, not around your ego, not around your ego. Like, it's not working. You're not coalescing around that again. You're coalescing around your new foundation, which was your experience with God. And you find yourself coalescing around that. You're like, I'm just going to serve God. Like, nobody's going to get me anymore. You see what I'm saying? Totally different. You're all serving God now. You know it. And so, oh, you see the service in them, but there's something missing, right? They're not sitting here. There's something in them that's different than you. And it's that ability to pick out that difference and that quality instantly that makes you fully win this game in the now all the time. I know who everybody is. What? I know you're down low, or you're, I just, you want to get close enough so I peg you, and then you're going to get judged by your shift leader or whatever. You know it's going to happen. Don't step off your mark in the play. You're supposed to be on that X over there. Step off the mark and dare you. You're going to get judged. Whoever you are, whoever you are. You see? What are they doing? Are they sitting here with me now? No. Are they trying to like take in their pilgrimage thing? Like, no, they're not doing that. Who are they? What are they doing? Why are they not doing this? Like, who is going to be in this game except for you? You see, your ego is like out of the game. So it's like, hey, I am special, great. That's not there. So you're like, wait a second, I can't exactly wait. You're having problem with it. It doesn't. Your ego would be stoked to the limit to learn. You are one of the very few of the millions and millions your ego would go. I'm the star of the show. It's true. The star of the show really, actually, they're not stars at all. They're stars. Stay here. You're getting your star back, your soul back. Yeah, they're not. They're not in this go round. But you were the star of the show because You're the reason for them even playing the game. You're the reason for the game. You're the reason God's doing everything. Everything. God's doing it for you, so are they, everything. That's impossible to take in. Like God is impossible to measure and take in and all that, you know? So that's why you're in the now. Who's who? Reaction. You can't take in God either. You're working for God. So yeah, you forgive him. Hey, you're working for God. Everybody's working for God. Great. Do you want to move forward? They are going to say something, you know? They do. The ones who know you. You should know them right off the bat. Look at a face like they know you. Look at them. Do they know me? Oh, you know me, right? You have to get to the spot. This is the thing you're engaged in. I'm giving it very you're back from your pilgrimage. I'm giving you very clear understanding of what you're doing all day, every day. Because that's everybody's question. What do I do every day? You are doing whatever God places in front of you, but it's how you treat who's in front of you that lets God through them know who you are, where you are, and you're at the end of the game because you know everything in the game. There's nothing here at Epcot Center, Disney World, whatever, that you want to see anymore. Anything they put in front of you, you're going to know what's up immediately, who they are, in the character, in the role, everything. Politely go through it. Thank you. You know what I mean? You say your prayers for them. You made it. You made it. You made it. You're still in the game, but you made it. You don't need your prayers for you anymore. You need prayer for other people. You're here for them. You're now their servant. See? You're going to be like, hey, dummies, what are you doing? I don't care if you didn't have your memory right for this game. Get it together. Win the game. Switch teams. Like you start, guerrilla warfare on them if you need it with jokes like, oh yeah, I can't change. Haha. What, if you really want to get at somebody, tell them they can't do something. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This becomes a mental war on them that you win because you won the game. So you're like, ha, you know what I'm saying? Like, thanks for getting me here. Maybe you'll get over here one day too if you're, like smart or ever, like you see what I'm saying? Like you won and they made it happen. So why aren't you like, high five? Well, there's some time left if you want to get on over on this side of the line. Hey, what do you think? Like you can make fun of it. They can't, but can they? They have to sometime. It's the only way it happens. So I'm always joking about, yeah, hey, nice calendar, dude. Like, hey, I see you're wearing your uniform. Like you're making fun of it. Like, hey, soldier girl, boy, whatever. You see who they are. You just treat them like who they are. Go down and hang out with the drum circle every day. Like you're like, why does he go to the drum circle? Like they know who I am. I know who they are. There's absolute perfect 100% clarity between them and I at all times, every single one of them. And I'm telling you, every single day, all the time, I know, I know, we all know. I win. I won. I always won. You win, you meet with God, and then you display your knowledge through the watchers who are taking in your reactions to this situation. Okay. I'm gonna let Pauletta talk some more in a second, but I really this is really something that you all need to take in and form your everyday. What you're doing is how you're treating the others in here to advance them. You advanced, accept it. Now be that for them. And they'll sharpen your edge of your sword that gets you to God as you go. That's how they sharpen it at the end. Yeah, I know who you are and everything. Okay, you know everything. Great. Then we're just sitting here waiting together. Okay. He's gonna be here, yeah, I know. What are you gonna do to me? I don't know. What do you do today? I'm gonna go for a swim. Okay, okay. You see what I'm saying? It's okay. There are no divisions anymore. Everyone knows everyone. You either know it or you don't. So you know it and you act that way all the time. There's no, oh my God, I can't believe, no. There's no more disbelief allowed. You know it all and you act that way all the time. You see? Maybe you're not there this second of the day, but you should, you know what I mean? Like you want to win uh the rodeo, you know what I mean? You got to get on that horse 8 seconds, stay on there and do better than anyone else. Can't be jumping off that horse. That's what the game is. You don't get off that horse. Let's see how you do up there. Okay, okay, you can ride a buck now. All right, all right. You're like, I can do it in my sleep now. Thanks for getting me here. Let's catch up on this. Sony, good day from Delhi Airport. What? Oh my goodness, Sony in the house. Woo. Hey, Sony. Reese is Sony. Hi, Reese. Hope you're better. Aw. Yes, feeling better now. Good. It's work getting through this. There's physical difficulties, ailments, traumas. Man, they're like, yeah, no thanks. Have fun with your journey. It's not easy, but we're built different. We have a heart, and that's all that matters. I need God in my heart, period. Nothing's going to stop us. I'm glad you're all made it back and you are feeling better. George, question: is there a difference between an angel and NPC following their scripts? Uh, you know, the fallen angels sort of make a joke about it, whereas the non-player characters, they are that script. You know what I mean? They're not a character playing the script. They're just a script. You know what I mean? Like that. There's not a huge difference, except for you're talking about someone who's with knowledge and someone who isn't. You know, and but then you're on this really on the sharpest edge of the knife here, and that is, can you tell the difference between a perfect actor of their character and a non-player character? You see what I'm saying? A perfect actor should look like a non-player character. I don't know what. Hey, you know what I mean? Like nothing that you know, like looks like your best friend somehow and doesn't have the tattoos, and I can't like Z's like that. Kudos to Z, man. Like you don't, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to see it coming. It ain't easy, especially the top ones. It's not. So in a way, you're sort of treating them the same, but you can look at ultimately you can see who's really one of them, and then you can get your quips together, your jokes, and they're aware of them, and they'll make a joke before you make your joke about your joke you were gonna make and stuff. I'm just saying that's what it gets to the test. Good question. What's the next one? Both have no free will. True. And cannot see God. True. Do the angels have extra powers as assigned by God? Yes, everyone has powers assigned by God to play their character and nothing beyond that. Some seem random, like, a magician. You're like, he's got a bunch of them, yeah, but they're stupid little, tricks and stuff. Like, yeah, but the rest of them have very invisible ones. Like, okay, you didn't have the game memory wiped. Okay, that's a power that no one even knows about except for like you and all of them. But anyone that's really low on the totem pole, they don't know that they had their memory wiped. They are the script. They don't differentiate from it. That's yeah. So, to me, I treat them sort of the same if I don't know, if I'm busy or whatever, if I'm on a mission, but I'm always watching for the very knowledgeable quip, you know, or interjection or someone out of your, what are you doing here? Someone who just shows up all of a sudden and you're like, okay, this one is in my, you're like, full stop, engine room, full stop, like, all right, hi, okay. And you're not blowing past them exactly. You're giving them your consciousness in the moment for the moment to make sure you, win that moment of the game. You're not blowing by it because, oh, I was doing this. You're like, oh, okay. Of course, we're all doing something God is telling us to do. But as you're doing it, you're going to meet with them and you're having these interactions, those are the tests. You see, it's not about anything specific or nothing, but it is. It's, do you know the game and who's playing it everywhere you go? It's like, do you know the symbols in here? Well, they're all the same symbol. So they're, in a way, they're all the same. They're on a spectrum. Like, what do they say about autistic people? They're on a spectrum, right? But they are. They're on a really, you're talking about a very narrow area of the beginning of the spiritual spectrum where the autistics are. But the whole thing, the rest of the thing is a spectrum too. That's just one little area of the spectrum. Then it's like up from there, oh, hey, it's on TV and the script and everything. You think it's real. It's not. This is, they don't call you autistic. You're not autistic. You're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, you've gone from autistic to idiot, like, where you think you're smart. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's a spectrum and you have to be able to see where they are on that. You're at the top of it. How can you not look backwards and see them? Once you know the truth, you can. And that's the test. Not what you're doing. There's a bunch of nothing up in here. We're not doing nothing. We're watching over our loved ones. That has meaning. Okay. And then as we do it, they'll show up high. Okay. Yeah, how much gas do you want? They're like, oh, you're here every day, huh? Thank you. I couldn't do it. Thank you for being here. Okay. I got my gas. Happy Monday to you. Like, you take a minute for them. Because they're doing what has to be done in this game, so you want it. At the gas station, where you get your food. I need my tire changed. That's all. Come on, that's them. Good question, George. Some NPCs seem to have deep knowledge of part of the script, which perhaps the angel or fallen angel power. Yeah, they get an area of expertise in here. They don't like to change character. It takes a long time to get that expertise together. You got to come in up. Oh, I'm an expert mechanic. Okay, we're crap mechanic playing this character. Now you're an expert mechanic playing this character. They have to raise in the ranks to get there, and it's not easy. So, yeah. All right. We're caught up on the comments here. That was a great answer, Pauletta, about what you were thinking about before you went and what you experienced. Now that you're back, I mean, what do you think is key to put into words for people? You've been on pilgrimage twice to India.
Right.
Like, for people who haven't done it at all, some people haven't gone, people are thinking of going. What information do you think they need to have that would make it easier for them to have that experience they're looking for over there?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, because everybody's going to have their own individual experiences. And my personal opinion is I think that they need to kind of educate themselves first. Like, I think reading your book, Game of Souls, is first. I think that should be the first step to everything, because it just opens your eyes. And if you're able to read it and see it and understand it and accept it, it's just like, holy cow, the world is not what I thought it was. And you realize that you're in a matrix, and it's just like, okay. And I think that that's kind of like that first step to realize that you're in this game. And you may still be very low from a spiritual standpoint and in the gross world, but I think you move up fairly quick. And then reading God Speaks. And, for me, it took me a while. I mean, I would open up the first page and I'd fall asleep. And I did this several times until it was just, I just kept praying to God, let me read this. And finally, he let me read it. So I've read it twice. Well, probably 1 3/4 times now. But there's just a plethora of books and knowledge. And when you start to actually read the books, from Mayor Baba and try to understand it, it's just kind of like you just realize that all of this is an illusion and we're in a game. And you're right, we have a spiritual thing. I think what I've gained most is that, um, you know, we were talking when we were over in India. It's like, who's the fallen angel and who's the NPC and how do you pick them out? And you gave a great explanation today on that. But for me, and everybody's different, for me, I'm kind of looking at everybody on a spiritual level, and they'll eventually get there because everybody has to come through you. That's all there is to it. But it's having that compassion for them and realizing that this is a journey, and it may take people millions of more lives. I have no clue. It may take them hundreds. I don't know. But everybody's on that journey. But to give them the compassion that they'll get there and the understanding that it's a journey and accepting for where everybody's at. I agree with, trying to share the truth. But again, you kind of have to read that person who you're talking to. And, some of them are just that blank stare. It's like, or you can tell when you start to share something and they just kind of like cut you off. It's like, okay, well, must not be their time. But then I've got some friends who in the beginning weren't very receptive and just kind of, they're just not really sure about all this. But now it's been a couple years and I'm slowly working with them, and it's like, wow, that's interesting, and so they're more open to it. um, and I shared that I had gotten property tax exemption, and they're like, what? How did you get that? And so it's, now they're seeking more information, but they're also tied into it from the standpoint of the spiritual benefits. And I think that that's the key thing. But in my opinion, it's kind of get them started on the financial with Liberty Aid, and then they'll start, as they start investigating it, they're going to see the spiritual benefits. And it may take them several lifetimes to do this. I have no clue. But I'm just glad I'm where I'm at. And John has just been wonderful. And it's a privilege and an honor to be here. So I'm very grateful, very blessed.
Operating from the heart, as Pauletta does, very hard. Now, that was really good, and I'm so glad you said what you said. How did you get that property tax exemption? That's what people are wondering, honestly. And you should be. Mayor Baba says spiritual jealousy is the only good kind of jealousy.
Mhm.
Now, you are wondering that, and you rightly should be. And before I get into this, now, if you're in front of somebody, you could either say, somebody says to you, "Oh, how you doing?" You're like, "A-okay." You know what I mean? I'm A-okay. I'm A-okay. How you doing? What? You just take out your scalpel and be like, "Hey, I'm A-okay." My scalpel is like, you know, just watch what they do when you do that. Or they ask you, "How are you?" I'm A-okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can use the sign and symbol to differentiate them instantly. They're going to react like, they're gonna, and you could just stick with one sign and symbol the rest of your life and just know who's who. And then what happens is it happens internally after a while. You're like, "Oh, I'm A-okay." And they're like, "Can't read your mind." You know what I mean? Like, you, it's you who are still waking up to how to deal with this situation. Okay. And when you say you're still wondering who's who, you're admitting you're not awake yet, even though God woke you up. So you better start acting like you're awake. God woke you up, and so did I. So you have to start working on it. They're going to help you. They're testing you. Why? To get it right every single time forever. You're going to get it right before the last day is the point. And so get on it now with everyone you do it. Uh, if you had a job at Epcot Center that you could never give up, you had to go in and wear the uniform 27, and that's all you did. If you did it, do it right. You know what I mean? Like, man, you gotta, and maybe you still have to come back to Epcot Center 1 million more lifetimes and do it until you get it right. Come on, that develops a compassion that she is explaining to you from her heart, that she just explained her compassion for the others in the game. That's where it develops from. Knowledge. She knows what's going on, so she has that level of comprehension and therefore compassion. So exactly. So you can have that. What was the next thing I was going to get into here? Tell me again. Yeah, he cut me. He's like, "Look at your page." Okay. One thing I remembered before I took, I went to India in 2017 by myself. Went to 2019 and took someone on a pilgrimage, and then I sent other people to India too after that, because I'm like, these people are just not listening. I'm not wasting my time going over there for them. And I sent them at two of them, Saleya and Justin, and COVID started when they went. And I didn't go this time, and I'm reminded that this war started, like War for Earth, basically. You know what I mean? Like Endgame War started when you all went without me to India. It did. U.S. is bombing. U.S. and Israel are bombing. The lion and the dragon is upset. You know what I mean? Like what? This is it. This is the warm up. Hey, you all. I said go there without me, and this is how it happened. I just do what God says. Tell you what to do, and the events unfold. They unfold the game before us. Like the Meher Baba symbol is a symbol, but it on the edges it's unfolding. It's like unraveling. Like the script is just it's appearing as we go. So a little more than 7 years left. I don't have any miracles I'm going to be doing. Like it's not like, oh my God, he did the trust and now this. No. Told you the whole truth, gave you a way out. That's all done, you see? And the woes are going to begin, because guess what? There's one off screen in the green room. There's Pauletta and me here. With 7 years and a little bit more to go after a pilgrimage, or I guess enough of you did is he got enough to come on over here today or whatever. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? Now, let's thank you. Let's go back to the real question here. I'm obliged to tell you how to win this game because I'm sitting here with two obvious winners. Obviously, they got the paperwork on the real estate to prove it. What? Who is more supportive of my work? Literally, like financially, the time, not questioning me in a way like, oh, yeah, but what about this? No, I don't think so. No, questioning like, oh, but given that, what should I do? Like that kind of question is the right question, but question the truth. Yeah, you do it for a while, but after a while, you're like, you accept it, and then you like, what do I do? You see what I'm saying? So no one is more financially supportive of me. They show up here themselves, physically showing up, giving their testimony. No one doing more testimonials, showing up with paperwork for other people who got baptized and stuff to get signed, showing up for other people to get that done right. Come on. And then being the most supportive of my work financially. Is my work hard? Have you been watching anyone? It's you think it's hard on your end. How do you think it feels over here? Hold the door. How do you think it? That guy gets murdered, okay? And that's all his job is. Hold the door, right? Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold door. That's who I am. Hold door. Open the door. Hold door. I'm just holding the door open, waiting to get arrow in the heart while I'm holding the door. Is it work? A little bit. A little bit. And so they recognize it and they help, not overly help over the top or nothing like that, but come and assess and actually help. I'm just saying, you're asking why things happen. You're asking what's going on in the game, and I'm telling you exactly what's going on in the game. And those people that are doing it, obviously, Dee Dee, very supportive too. Time, financially, those things too over her. She's experiencing drastic moves forward positively, and other people too, like Jamie too. The people that had got in there and did the work, moved the needle forward for others with getting things done, getting Canada, getting, oh, hey, I got the, a real estate tax exemption, all these things. And then to give back directly back up the ladder, that exists. You accept it, you're supportive of it. The spiritual hierarchy exists. That guy, gets screwed over, so he needs help. Who helps him? Oh, that comes back to you. No, I don't make this game, by the way. I'm not the one making the game. If you give like I had somebody say in the classroom, oh, now I can be so supportive of my church. Thanks so much. I'm like, I was so fucked before. I'm like, I am fucked you, not your church. Don't go back to your church and tie it to them. And so, what are you talking about? What? You're gonna go? I got to step in and act like the asshole and be like, hey, they didn't do that. What are you doing still over there? You didn't jump the needle out of your groove and come off the record. You're like, play the same record again. No. Why did I do that? What are you talking about? Going back? No. This is, it's so not who I am to be like begging. You know what I mean? Like it's so opposite of my character is to murder the other team. Okay, I can only do it spiritually. That's my desire fully, but no, I have to play a character and tell you and then see what you do. And I don't tell anybody to do those things. I'm like, you could be supportive of me, you could see what's going on, or you don't have to, but it'll come back to you. So when you ask the question, why did they get that? I'm giving the answer. They're not going to say this. They're not going to say this because they are going to be worried their ego is going to be in it. So they're not going to say it. So they're not going to say it. I'm just pointing it out. I'm the one who has to be dead honest, just honest about the situation. I have to be, because you laggards are lagging behind because you're not paying attention. You're not. Someone tried to give me so much wealth. I was like, no, no, wrong. But no, I'll accept it from people on the path because I have to have a roof over my head. Like, this is the game. I can't take it from the other team. Like, and they're like, we have infinity. You want it? I'm like, shut up. So I have to be over here. I only can pay bills from donations from people. Period. My guru had a rule too. He could only take money from playing music. He can't take it from being a guru or any spiritual anything. He couldn't do that. He wasn't allowed. I have my rules. I can't go working for the other team. I'm going to do part-time for them. Part-time. I have to beg 24/7. 24, you don't see it as begging. No, you don't see it. It is. That is what it is. And the people that do see that are far in the game, realize how hard it is, have tried to do something hard, like real estate tax exemption, seen all of reality through trying to do that. I'm like, oh my God, this dude was so screwed over here. They see it because they're aware of it from their experience. You see what I'm saying? And you got to bet on a horse to win. You have to, with your time, your energy, your money, whatever. What are you going to do? You see, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to spend it on real estate tax exemption, and you got it. And you see what I'm saying? What are you going to do? So you're looking at their outcomes, wondering how they got it. They're not going to say everything, but I am, because I'm here to try and help you. It's hard. Ego's not involved. Social norms, cultural standards, out the window. All of it, right and wrong according to the game. You see what I'm saying? And right and wrong is right and wrong. The game is on right and wrong properly. It's like, oh, you just right or wrong for the game. No, right or wrong is it's proper. It teaches what God made right and wrong different in the game. That no, the game is all of reality. So right and wrong is right and wrong. You do right, you win the game. But you do it in all your actions, all of it. It's super hard. It's so hard. You're speaking to one who's like, I think I met with God. I don't think I still want to meet with God. Yeah, of course you still want to meet with God. Me too, you know. But that's you it's like I thought that would go away. No, it gets worse. Gets worse after you meet with God. You're like, I want to meet with God again right now. Who do I see? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go see that guy. I'm like, yeah, well, you okay, this is what you gotta do. So I she did say it. How had to answer questions and stuff, and she didn't give away the game. I am giving away the game, right? I'm giving the win. Here's all the cheat codes. They didn't tell you that cheat code because they're completely humble, completely with God, completely their hearts focused and their actions in the right direction 100%. It would never say it. Talk about winning the game. But I can say it for you. It's hard. What I was sit here and talk about donations. I can't live without them. And all it's you think that's easy for me to do? The gladiator with the sword just want to ram it in there. Wait, there's no heart to ram it into. It's like, what am I doing with the sword then? They don't have a heart. Oh, come on. So I chop off their head and I don't listen to them. And I give you the knowledge. You see, I chop off the head, like the knowledge. So, okay. George, you know, you're you're stuck over there on the West Coast, man. Like me, I'm on a different West Coast, but you're very much hearing the script properly. It's good you went over there and stayed caught up, man. Uh, it's hard to not see you, having you far away, but you're there, and I'm happy about that. And the others who went on pilgrimage, I know it's not easy. That's what this gathering is about, too, to sort of help you come down a little bit. As far as a couple months later, like I don't know what Paulette is doing here so quick. It's a miracle. How did you get here? So what?
I
You know,
drove.
I know it's incredible. Like, wow, okay, yes, of course you're welcome. Like, wow, how did you do it? That's what I'm wondering. Like, God dang, they're amazing. They're amazing. Just full blast for God all the time. It's amazing. That's all the stuff that I was looking to get across, sort of generally to people through this experience. What, without a prompting question for me, what's on your mind to tell people?
It's on my not
Yeah, what's on your mind? I had
Oh,
questions to prompt you to, hey, I want you to come back together. I want you to tell people about this. But, from your end, just, is there anything that I haven't touched on that is meaningful that you want to share about your experience?
um, well, I feel like I've, said what was meaningful from my experience,
Yep.
but I would encourage people to, going to India is a lot. I mean, it really is. It's not, it's expensive to get over there, but it's very inexpensive to be over there. Um, but it's a lot of time and, et cetera. And I would recommend people to maybe go to the Baba Center there in Myrtle Beach, even if it's just for a day, or two. I mean, it's very inexpensive to stay there. It's beautiful grounds, and you can get a lot out of it. that would be good. I think doing some of the reading. And if you get a chance, come to the gathering in May. There's a ton of Airbnbs and things like that around here. But the gathering is really neat. You meet a lot of cool people, and you just get to. It's just a fun time to sit and talk and pick each other's brains, and it's just there's a spiritual filling with it because we're all kind of focused on the same path. And I would recommend people, if they can, to definitely come to the gathering. Make sure you're getting into Heartbeat and saying, yeah, I'm planning on coming. That would be, clue other people in as to what your plans are and stuff. That's just in a way more from my end. It's common courtesy to share that information. Don't just up and show up and not have anything, but at least say, yeah, I'm planning on coming from this time to this time, or whatever it is that you're going to do. I just think it gives everybody else an idea as to what's going on, and in a way what to kind of plan for. And so that's just where I'm coming from.
Excellent.
Again,
Fantastic, super important tips how to prepare. I love that, and that's so accurate. Thank you, Paulette. It's funny, they come to meet me at the drum circle last night, and I've never seen this happen ever in the history of going to these drum circles for years. The Twiz come to visit me, and they separated the drum circle into two drum circles completely playing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They were both playing at the same time. The one off the beach and one on the beach, because it rained a little bit. They stop one and they do another. That's what they do. Like they don't do two, So the twins show up and they did two. And I said it at the time too. They know what's going on. Do you? Then demonstrate it to them. You see? They're telling you. They told you who they are when you showed up to the drum circle. I told you that they're telling you. They tell you with drums, the drummers. Mm-hmm. They had two drum circles. The twins are here. They're telling you. They know everything. So are you people listening? You see what I'm saying? Because they're always telling you. But are you capable of knowing who they are? Because when you are capable of that, then that's when you win and you don't come back for sure. Nothing's hidden from you. What? Why? Your whole point is, hey, I see the whole game, who's who, and I'm with God, and that's what I do my best every day. Okay, that's it. End of game. Yeah, that's it. George, thank you, John. I had a little cry out with Jesus cried at Marizod with one of the angels, and you earned it with them. And you should, man. Like you're coming from the hive, and when and listen, I know the hive is listening to everything. What do you say? You can't win the game. What about George? Wait, what? You say? Oh, I can't win the game because I had my memory wiped. I'm part of the hive. I can't win the game. Explain to me, George. Then explain it to me. No, you can't. See, no. He's like a missing link. No, this game is more wide open than I've said it straight up to their face earlier. All you got to do is do what I say. Sign a paper as cross the line over here. You're good. You win. That's all you have to do. Because I know they won't. But George is a very unusual character, like one of the hive that. Nope. So he has. His part is really a big part to play. He may not know it or feel it, but I'm telling you, he is. Massive difference. What the fuck? Yes. Yeah. People who could win. Somebody that knows everything. Sat knowledge. Sat the one who knows it all. Sat down. You're entirely wrong on that. Angels actually have free will. Yeah, of course. Of course they have to think that. Or their life is a wreck. Yeah. We have free will. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. It's just that their vision is so clear. Ah, yes. It is so clear. They have clarity of purpose, perfect clarity of purpose, but they can't see past their purpose to the purpose of the game. You're playing a game and operating as a character so that people can win the game, but you're not trying to win the game yourself. Wait a second. They generally go along exactly with God's will. Bingo. Exactly. Angels, right? They follow God's will perfectly. That's not free will. See? Free will is a hoax that an NPC is a hoylick. Okay, there's a lot of terms for early in the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? That's a term. Thank you, Z, for everything. What a ride. See, George, you did go have a moment with the angel. Look at you. See? I'm saying, but what about George? See you saying? Yeah, 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 yeah. But what about George? See? Someone in a hive. Come out of the hive. What? So you can't say, your rule is a broken rule. So, what do you say about George, huh? No, what a character. The term is less important than what it indicates to me is crew. It means made only of the material substance. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay. Exactly. Yes. Understood. They're still in the gross. They're still in the dirt world, lacking a soul. No star on the firmament yet. Nothing yet up there. Nothing yet. They're not playing a character that gets the light up there. You just get the general sun. Okay, thanks. All the stars, they're always in the same place, so they're all the same amount. So someone has to leave before someone can, come in to come back and win. God moves them completely. Yes, the non-player characters are in a script and they move completely on God, and that should be easy to tell. Thank you. Z say at the bottom of the spectrum, the ones on automatic should be easy to spot for you all. That only leaves the other knowledgeable part of the team. How can you not figure out who's who? Come on already. That's what Z's saying. Come on. They are hand up the butt puppets to God. 100%. That's his point. He's trying to point out to you so succinctly what to see in them as a quality so you can tell who's who so quickly. Like bumper cars on a grid. Can't you see them just bumping around out there? Can't you see that's nothing. That's nothing. The ones with super knowledge are out there, yeah, here they go. You know what I mean? Like they're in great costume, perfect body, everything. Like they're out there just past the bumper cars, waiting for you. So if you encounter something with presence, it isn't an NPC. Exactly. It's not. Free will is an interesting thing. Let's say it in this way. They have a lot more in the ability area to give how to say this, like if you're in the NPC part of the spectrum, you're just gonna stop. You know what I mean? You're gonna abort mission. You're like, they're gonna just stop and walk away. There's nothing. But someone in the know is gonna maybe wait it out and sit there longer and have more to say in a response and be able to continue their interaction with you. Let's say you got someone at a checkout. Let's say you're doing something at the county, office or whatever you're doing. Who's going to be in those positions? You know who. Where are you at the moment? Who's walking by? Who is it? You should be able to tell them apart. Come on. It should be simple. Come on. You do know. And if not, Just sit around and do it. Like Mike and I walk around, like, let me put these envelopes up, and like the game becomes instantly clear. So you can hang around me, and I'll just point them out for a second. But if we do that, I'm going to make you do it next. So so if you encounter with something that is an NPC with presence, right? And he chose this word particularly. He said presence, Pere, Perry. There's one of them in there. You see what I'm saying? They are not physical beings. They're riding in the clay. They know they're not the clay. You think you're the clay still. What? No. You're just riding in the boat. You're not the boat. Okay? They know that. They come, go in and out of these characters. You're still working on that somehow. That's why I'm always like, Jack, John, whoever, you know my character. I say it all the time for your benefit. That's a fallen angle. better known as an offspring, fallen angel. Yeah, as offspring. So you get the pure ones come in here, and then you could make, you know, hybrids or whatever you want to call them. Yes. Then there are, of course, Selkies. Yes, the shapeshifters. They're all different divisions. Now he's talking about divisions within the hive based on a Selkie is a name of someone with a particular power. Particular power. They differentiate themselves by powers. Oh, are you a vampire? That means you drain their blood. Oh, you're a werewolf. This happens to you. So no, Selkies, they shapeshift. So yes, that they're divided amongst the hive by powers. These are helpful for you, really? Don't let him beat you, but you know what I mean? This how he gets in by being helpful for a second. Anyway. Selkies are clay. In other words, he's saying they're closer to the animal form because they can still change back to animal. You know what I'm saying? That's not advanced spiritually. Like remember was saying, remember your previous lifetimes is not an advantage. Shapeshifting isn't an advantage. These powers that they have, having your memory wiped, obviously that's an advantage because then you can win the game. They are iterations born of turtle eggs, right? They come in and out of the say like everything's human here in a way. It's on a spectrum. You see? Thank you. See. They are Archon offspring that are not fallen. They run the Selkies and use the dolphins to operate electromagnetic mechanisms here. Yes, they're they know their place. Every power knows its place and is in harmony with the plan, and they cannot not be in harmony. It's like there's a tuning fork of God, and they are playing their part of the tune of the music. That is correct. It's all divided up into what's going on. Today's script is it's built into them. Yes, I appreciate. Thank you, Z. See, once I've explained it ad nauseum, then can be explained by the other team because he's not advancing anything. He's trying to remind you, play your character and know who everyone is. He pointed out simply what I've said over and over and over, and he's allowed to do that. This is helpful for you. Oh, who does the other team serve? You. And now you serve them by showing them, hey, I made it. I know who you are. Kudos, you're forgiven. It's all good. I'm not doing what they say, but we're all good. That's how you win. That's how you win. Not just seeing God, but then doing that. I know you come off a pilgrimage, you're like, what now? This is it. The eternal now. Look who's in here. The Omega. The Omega Man is here checking you out. Okay? God always wins. But do you? I'm telling you need my help as much as you need the other team's help. So you know who's who, what's what, act accordingly. You have this. You have got this, okay? Like you could come to the gathering and so on, but
Mhm.
moment I saw like, you're not going back to India. You don't need a
Yeah.
pilgrimage. You know what's what, who's who, and all that stuff. You had your meeting with God. I seen you. You're a little wobbly on it because you just got back, but you did meet with God, and that's that. So, I'll be here next week. Advice to go to the gathering and so on. It's informal, but it coalesces as we get nearer to it. And the Twin Towers of Power, who have inexhaustible energy and ability to organize for God, are going to be given full reign for everything, basically. So, to organize everything, uh, that's not my forte. I can tell you what's up. So come down, contribute your time and getting together. Or I like to make food or whatever. Let's, get in touch with the ladies and make yourself useful to the gathering. Okay. Let's get ready for that. Congratulations on everyone who made it to the pilgrimage. You're welcome to come visit and be on the
Mhm.
show. You're welcome to do it during the gathering. I'd say if you're far away, come to the gathering. More people will be here. You see? It's not just me who has stuff to share with you. It's the other people who are like playing the game right from where, kind of how you are, have a lot to share with you. You should be with them. All right. And then there are the offspring, the 33 that get thrown down and are the fallen angels. Yes. There's managers, and then there's people on the line. Yes. That's the way the factory works here. Totally is it. Uh, Usually poor, tons of power. Cities, tons of power. Cities are powers. That's Siddhartha is one with powers, uh, but no status. It's funny, you get powers early and you get managed. You know what I mean? And then you're like, I'm going to use my powers to break. Then you're in management. You're like, okay, you're in management now. It's like, where'd my powers go? You're in management. Yeah. No, it's funny. Z is giving you a lot of information here today. Jason, once again, thank you, John, for all the education and insight to our internal battle, correct, to reach God, realization, Christ consciousness. I'm here to help, Jason. That's great that you provide us. No problem. That's my character role, but that's theirs too. And he's doing it well too. No material worldly status. Yes. See their divisions within their ranks, and they're easier to spot. And then you can be more accurate in your thanks to them. Those are the Selkie, the Elvis, Trump, the Emperor, the King, the ones that, can be any age, can be young at any age. Shapeshifting does that. How do they look the same age for 50 years? You're like,
Yeah.
shapeshifters. Yeah. Something controlled from the ether. True, true, true. The main runners of this game, like God, can't see. They're not here, right? That's true. See, shapeshifter, ape grifter. Oh man, this guy. You have no idea. Yeah. Anyway, Z, thanks for stopping by and showing him
Thank you.
reality. Honestly, I said that the first time. Pam was the first one. Thank
Yeah.
you. Like they don't know what's happening right now, but let's see who does. And she's
Yeah.
like, "Thank you." Immediately, it's meeting. She knows who's who, so she's winning. Same with George. He had his cry. Bearshot, he's like, "Okay, fallen angels, you have me. We're good now. Give me a hug here." That's it. That's it. That's you get it. You see, Mukti J, loving Father, the Father, Baba, our Father, everyone's Father, not
Mhm.
Z's Father, not my Father, everyone's Father. Yes. And what a great prayer to end on. Thank you, Z. Until next week, Sunday at noon. God bless you, each one of you. I'm here for both teams. I'm not here for one team. I'm here for everyone here. I work for God. God is here for everyone. I'm here for everyone.